public know that you used to be a cop?
But you watch my channel, you should know.
I don't watch your channel.
That's how you knew my name, eh?
Yeah.
Well, how'd you know my name then?
We all know who you are.
This is Mad Lab Press.
Go get that popcorn. Get your blanket. And get cozy. It's part 2 of Toronto Cops, The Art of Corruption. We got a good one for you today. It's Mad Lab Press. Enjoy the video. So I'm not sure if you've seen these ads or not, but they're a new campaign, a scare campaign once again from the Toronto Police Association and John Reid. And they're meant to scare you, is what they're meant to do. These ads must have cost them a fortune. So Mr. Reid was on CP24 a couple days ago explaining why they need more money. I'll let you watch the video first and then we'll get into it.
I can tell you, we had a membership meeting last night. Our members are furious. And this is a slap in the face to our members that the City of Toronto and the Police Services Board will not come to the table. And I lay this squarely at the feet of Anne Morgan, Shelley Carroll, and the mayor, who I've asked for help to try and get this resolved and got nothing back from them. And I think it's about time that the city come to the table, the mayor shows some leadership, and move forward with this. So what we're going to be doing is launching a campaign citywide to tell the citizens of Toronto that we need their help. We need them to have their voice heard. You're going to see thousands of ads through the TTC, through media, social media, to get people to understand if we do not stem the tide of officers leaving Toronto now and come up with a good, solid contract, our members deserve to be the highest paid here in Ontario, if not Canada.
I'm not sure where John Reid gets his information and stats from, but the average salary of a Toronto police officer is $133,000. That's not including court and paid duties. And then we get inspectors who are making $175,000 and above. And that's not including other things that they can also do to make money within the service. Now let's move on to how much the chief of police makes, Myron Demkew. He's making about $353,000 a year. But a sergeant within the Toronto Police Service, Chung Man Wong, is making $378,000 a year. That is unbelievable. Now this one's going to blow you away. We got a detective, Bruce Connor, from the Toronto Police. $146,000 in 2022. And in 2023, he made almost $250,000. Can you believe that? $250,000. And they're bitching that they want more money.
John, can you put some numbers behind this in terms of that tide you're talking about of officers actually leaving the force? Do you have either a specific number or a sort of percentage of people that are leaving the force? We've heard the ads that you put out recently in terms of like response times, 17 minutes to get to an urgent call, that sort of thing. We've seen these posters now, but what are those numbers of officers leaving and how much does that leave the force depleted?
Yeah, so this year alone in 2024, we've had 60 police officers. So those are fully trained, experienced police officers that have left for other police services. Right now, we lost approximately 244 members last year to retirements. And of that, 50% of them left policing. And this is an issue here in Toronto. It's a larger issue across Canada, but particularly difficult now in Toronto. There's no reason why an officer would want to come to Toronto here, where you can go to another service just next door and get paid $5,000 more a year. It's unconscionable that what's going on in the city. Our members deserve some respect from this city and from this mayor.
this isn't your problem, but I'm curious about the math here. We saw back in February how, the police were looking for sort of a $20 million increase. The city was offering 12. There was a lot of back and forth there, and finally it did get to that 20 million. If your officers and you're successful in this arbitration and sort of boosting the police salaries here, what does that mean to the city's budget? And then what could that mean to policing? I mean, if suddenly you get this increased budget because you're paying officers more, would that just mean that the city would then have to cut officers because the budget is capped? People are curious around that piece, part of this puzzle.
So I think once again, you have to look at, the whole notion of cutting this or that. This is something we've been trying to fight now with the city for years. They have to get away. It's got to be this and that. The reality is policing costs money, as any service does here in the city of Toronto. It's got more expensive. The city's grown by almost 13%. If you look at the numbers from 2010, where we had about 204 officers per 100,000, if you use that same number in this day and age, we would have 6,700 police officers. That is how low and how far behind we are.
Now, this is going to blow your mind. This is the new 41 Division in Scarborough. 78,000 square feet. 3 years to build. Cost an estimated $40 million. $40 million. And that's just for one division. Toronto Police has 17 divisions that they want to revamp. So let's dive into the Toronto Police Association now. In 2020, there were allegations of mishandling millions of dollars in funds. They sold the property they had to a developer for almost $7.5 million. Then the developer turns around 13 months later and sells it for $11.5 million. The corruption is unbelievable. Where is this money going? Now, this is the propaganda they're spewing with these new ads. So the new ad is a picture of a cell phone, supposedly offering you a job as a police constable within the Toronto Police. And then they go around bitching about 12-hour rotating shifts. But what the public doesn't know is that Toronto police officers work 7 days in a row. It's long, but they also get 7 days off. Right away. 7 on, 7 off. They also keep bitching about how rough and dangerous their job is. Yeah, it's a dangerous job, just like any other jobs, but here's a list of jobs that are way more dangerous than police officers, and you never hear them bitching. This is a list of top 10 dangerous jobs in Canada, and the police don't even make the top 10. So in 2022, across Canada, we had 5 police officers that have lost their lives. Also in 2022, we had 183 construction workers lose their lives, and they get paid well below what a police officer makes. Now, this is the Toronto Police College. I used to come here every single year to qualify. And when I came here, maybe a quarter of the college was used. The place is so gigantic. It's 270,000 square feet. It cost $75 million, and it's built on 6.5 hectares of land. So you're telling me that the city cannot bring in other divisions into this building and run divisions out of this building? Why can't they run the professional standards out of this building? Why can't they run the property unit out of this building? There's so many uses for this building that's just not used. It's a complete waste of taxpayers' money. So last but not least, we have a detective with the Toronto Police Service, and he was in charge of the Integrated Guns and Gangs Task Force. His name is Detective Jason Kondo. He's 57 years old. And like I said, he's a supervisor. And he's been charged 8 charges under the Police Act. And he was also criminally charged in June with 4 counts of sexual assault, 4 counts of mischief, interfering with property, 1 count of assault, and 1 count of possession of a weapon for a dangerous purpose. Now, this guy's been on the service for 35 years, and he's been accused of committing acts of workplace harassment, sexual harassment, and sexual assault against his subordinates over a 3-year period. Now, there's also an alleged altercation where he's accused of assaulting the victim and then producing a weapon, which is whacked. Now, according to a constable who worked on his team, from September 2020 through January, the accused shut the lights off on this guy in the bathroom. He threw items into his stall, and he took a photo of him while the guy was on the toilet. You can't make this shit up. Detective Condo is also charged with misconduct for allegedly touching him inappropriately while he was in the shower and violating his sexual integrity. The most disgusting thing, though, is Condo is alleged to have given him a Tim Hortons cookie and later showed him a photo of the same cookie that he'd placed near his genitals. How disgusting is this guy, man? This guy's a supervisor with the Guns and Gangs Task Force. Then Mr. Creepy took a pair of sweaty underwear out of a colleague's gym bag and threw them at a constable, hitting him in the face. He's also accused of trying to rip away his towel while he was naked underneath and touching him inappropriately. According to the constable, Detective Condo told him not to be such a bati boy, which is a Jamaican patois slur for a gay man, and called him gundu, which is Indian slang for a young gay boy. These are the people they're hiring, folks. And listen to this one. The harassment also allegedly included sending a penis-shaped bottle home in the officer's bag, frequently calling him Fat Albert, and hanging pictures of the cartoon character Fat Albert on the message board and above his desk.
Does the public know that you used to be a cop?
You watch my channel, you should know.
I don't watch your channel.
That's how you knew my name, eh?
Yeah.
Well, how'd you know my name then?
We all know who you are.
Yeah, exactly, because they put a
Officer safety
notice.
bulletins about you.
You know what? Quit this officer safety bullshit. It's a joke, dude. It's a
Okay.
joke. You afraid of a camera? You guys have cameras. You guys have body
I'm not afraid
cams.
of you.
I'm not trying to.
I know, but I'm just. Did you tell your viewers that you used to be an ex-cop?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
100%. I have no problems. I'm not hiding anything. Watch my channel, man. You see.
So this clown admitted on film that the Toronto police have an officer safety bulletin about me for filming them, for holding them accountable. This is what they do to people. They try to intimidate you. He's trying to intimidate me by telling me that there's an officer safety bulletin about me. You know, officer safety. Watch the guy with the camera. Well, I ain't going anywhere, and I'm going to keep filming you guys every single day, holding you accountable, letting the public know what you're all about. So I know damn well that there is this officer safety bulletin, and I'm sure every single police officer in Toronto has gotten it in their email. And I know damn well that out of all the officers that work for the Toronto Police, there's some disgruntled. Well, I know of quite a few that are disgruntled. So I have an offer for you. If you have that poster and you want me to see it, send it to me. I want to see it, and I want to post it on my page for everybody to see, because it's going to be hilarious. Because I actually used to make those posters, those bulletins, and I know what they put on there, and it's a joke. It's Mad Lab Press. I'll see you on the next one.